There once lived a man named the Gambler. He lived atop a large mountain amongst the forest. Few believed he existed, but he was real, and he was mean. The Gambler made a living by scamming those who'd gotten themselves lost in the forest. The scam worked like this. Hikers would come to his house looking for warmth and protection. He'd offer them food, which they'd willingly accept because they were hungry anyway. But little did they know that he'd laced it with the blood of his other victims. Unbeknownst to these hikers, they'd been cursed. They wouldn't be able to stop gambling until they'd lost everything to the Gambler. Many of these hikers were very arrogant and believed that they could beat the Gambler simply because he was an old hermit. But boy, were they wrong. And so they gambled and gambled all day long. The hikers continued to lose their possessions but didn't see anything strange in it. Everyone reacted differently to the loss of all their worldly possessions. Some cried, some were angry, and some were just insane. Still, everyone was given one last chance to gain back all their possessions, and even the Gamblers. All they had to do was guess what was contained within a bag that the Gambler kept in his room. Throughout all the years the Gambler had been running a scam, nobody had ever guessed correctly. The Gambler simply chuckled at what was to become of his latest victims. The sun was the father of the clouds of the four directions. However, lately, he'd been wondering, where are my children? He decided to travel the land looking for his children because he hadn't seen them in weeks. No matter where he looked, he was not able to find a trace of them. Still, he kept looking and looking, desperately trying to find his children. Little did the sun know that his children, the clouds, had fallen victim to the Gambler himself. However, since he knew that the clouds could not be killed, he kept them within a room where they could not escape. While on his travels, the sun came across the Spider-Woman, his grandmother. While he was glad to see her, he told her of the terrible news of his missing children, and the Spider-Woman said she already knew. She said in order to get the clouds back, he must follow her instructions closely. Bidding Spider-Woman a farewell, the sun was off to retrieve his children. First, he approached the Gambler's house, which was guarded by the Black Ducks. Just as the Spider-Woman had said, he took the medicine and blew it in their faces. Now the Gambler was unprepared for any challengers to come. He snuck up on him while he was still mixing his food. The sun entered the room and declared, "Gambler, I challenge you to a gamble-off." The Gambler stood up and calmly responded, "I accept, but first, how about you have some cornmeal?" The sun declined, just as the Spider-Woman had told him to do. Still, the Gambler was sure he could win, and so the gambling began. The Gambler played all day with the sun, and the sun kept losing and losing. Finally, the sun lost everything he owned to the Gambler. It was then that the Gambler gave him his final chance to guess what was in the bag. The son pondered for a while, taking a few guesses. Finally, just as the Spider-Woman had told him, on his last guess, he guessed Orion. The gambler was shocked, but he knew he'd finally been defeated. He told the son to take whatever he wanted, or even to kill him, because he was now the victor. But the son was smarter and knew he couldn't be killed, so he carved his eyes out. The son, taking back what was rightfully his, finally went to his children. They all rejoiced as they could finally embrace each other in the son's arms.
Interior crocodile alligator. I drive a Chevrolet movie theater. Interior crocodile alligator. I drive a Chevrolet movie theater. Interior crocodile alligator. I drive a Chevrolet movie theater. Interior crocodile alligator. I drive a Chevrolet movie theater. Interior crocodile alligator. I drive a Chevrolet movie theater. Interior crocodile alligator. I drive a Chevrolet movie theater. Interior crocodile alligator. I drive a Chevrolet movie theater. Interior crocodile alligator. I drive a Chevrolet movie theater. Interior crocodile alligator. I drive a Chevrolet movie theater. Interior crocodile